Hi listeners, you're here with Coral at Reading For You studio, and I have the pleasure here of having Nathan Brown, music manager of New Talent Crowned, A&R agency, and he's just in the studio today to talk about the work, the really important, empowering work that he does with young people out in the community. Good afternoon, Nathan.
How you doing?
It's really good to have you in the studio today.
Yeah, nice to be here. Thanks.
Hi. So, first of all, I'd like to know just a bit more about, I've heard about you in the community, the real good work you're doing with the young people. You're very inspiring, and you give them something to do instead of, maybe not doing anything. And, a lot of young people are into the music world, and you give them that opportunity to get out there and do something of their own interests. And so tell me a bit more about what you've been doing, what kind of projects you've been running with the young people, and how you tell me how you come about first starting up the work you do with young people. What was your beginnings?
Right. I would say I started at the age of 14 years old. Basically, music was a passion for me. I was on my first school band. We used to play reggae music. I was on the keyboard playing the bass guitar. I moved on after that, doing live shows in Hackney Downs Park, that's in East London. With artists known as Barrington Levy, Sugar Minor, all those kind of reggae artists. And from there I progressed, I start going to the studio, recording my own songs, actually playing out with a sound system called Fashion T, touring all around the UK, getting a name for myself, from there, I wanted to manage artists, get them into, save some of the youth on the streets, because, a lot of the youths out there, they got a passion for music, just like me, and some of them don't get the chance to do what they want to do, So I wanted to be like their kind of savior, trying to help them and to give them a platform where they can fulfill their dream.
Okay.
Because it was my passion when I was their age, at the age of 14. So I know how it feels to have that passion and that dream.
So tell me, Nathan, when you first meet a young person who's interested in music, what's the first thing that you do? What are the things that you start working on with them to get them involved? What do you start doing?
The first thing I would say, what we do, what I do, basically I've got a profile form where the artists will fill in, it just have questions like to say, age, how old is the artist, how much experience they've had in the music industry, have they done live shows, to find out about their confidence skills, if they got any confidence, because some artists, they can rap good or they can sing good, but when it comes to putting them on the stage, they get stage fright, and that's something what New Talent Crown helps them with. Okay. We try and, give them a test run first. We run auditions for them, give them a test run, just to get them practicing and make sure they got that confidence to actually go on stage in front of an audience. Okay. Yeah, that's what we do.
So if you find that they're not quite there, they've got a very good voice, but they're not good at dancing side, what do you do then? Or how to improve that? How do you go about getting their dancing skills up to scratch? Or, what if they have got a good voice, but they haven't got the confidence to stand in front of a stage? Then what would you do?
Right.
What would you put in place?
Okay. Well, what we do, basically we get in contact with different agencies. There's an agency who I know where they work on dancing skills,
Okay.
because I believe that an artist should have dancing skills. I mean, if you look over America, a lot of these artists like Usher and all different artists, they learn how to dance. I don't see it so much over the UK, but me personally as a manager, I think that's quite important. So we would ask them to go to a dancing school to learn how to dance, and even stage performances as well. Give them some practice before they actually go on stage. And, I look out for confidence. Confidence is very important. especially if you're on stage in front of people, you have to have that confidence. And, you know, to be honest, when I was on stage at the age of 14, you know, no one ever really tested my confidence. I just went up on there and I was in front of 900 people. You know what I'm saying? So you imagine a young kid at the age of 14 in front of 900 people, you know what I'm saying? They could freeze on stage, you know what I'm saying? So that's one mistake I don't want to make with my young people. I want to make them get that practice first before they actually go on the stage. That's important to me.
So tell me something, Nathan. Obviously, you must come across young people that they obviously believe that they're really talented, really good, and could make it onto the onto the MTV. But what if you can see that they're not that talented? How do you kind of let them down gently without how do you let them down gently? How do you tell them, well, maybe you're not so good, or how do you do that? Because it's one thing bringing somebody up, but if you take them down, do you just let them go? Or what do you do? Because, young people are very sensitive. That's a very sensitive time, the teen stage of their lives. So how do you deal with that kind of thing?
I would say, nothing's impossible, is to believe in yourself. That's the main thing. And that's what I try to do with everyone who comes to me, to make them believe in themselves, try and bring out the good in them. You know what I'm saying? And, if if they're not good at songwriting, I will sit down with them and me and them will write songs together. Do you know what I'm saying? I believe that the more you practice, the more you get better. So, and I always say to young people and everyone to always follow your dream. You know what I'm saying? People might say to you, you're not good at this and not good at that. But if it's in your heart, you know what I'm saying, always follow your dream. So there's ways of, overcoming, you know what I'm saying, if someone ain't really that good. You know what I'm saying? If it's vocal lessons, if it means dancing lessons, whatever it is, there's a place to help them in that. Yeah.
Okay, so can you tell me, when you first meet the young person, obviously you can't promise them fame and fortune. No. Do they realise that? Do they expect you to? Yes, I'm going to now be famous. I'm going to be on TV, on stage. What do you make it clear to them at the beginning when you meet them? Do you promise them this, or do you make it clear that it's hard work and you've got to work towards this, or what do you say?
The first thing I say to them, I can't give you bright lights. You know what I'm saying? When I say I can't give you bright lights, I mean that, I cannot give you £1 million contract deal. You know what I'm saying? We're just an agency who promotes artists to the record labels. Okay. But I would say to them, always believe in yourself. That's the first thing. And we would do our best to promote you as an artist out to the record labels. You know what I'm saying? So the last result is really the record labels. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we kind of show them at the beginning. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But if you got that dream, you know what I'm saying, anything is possible. Okay. And that's what I strongly believe in, Do you also discuss with them the lyric contents of their music? Is that an important thing to get straight with them at first about what you expect from them, what you're willing to accept, and what society will expect as well, or what radio stations will expect? Do you discuss with them the lyric contents of the songs that they wanted to sing and have produced? Yeah, most certainly. I mean, I've sold music CDs in Reading Market for about 4 years now. I used to sell CDs like 50 cents and things like that, from 50 cents and that. But I believe that, to actually be an artist over the UK, it's a bit different compared to over New York, over America, So, and especially if you're young as well, you're a young, talented artist, I try to how can I put it, guide them to don't swear on your songs. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't give you none airplay. Do you know what I'm saying? That's the first thing. The second thing is be positive in your songs. You know what I'm saying? There's always someone younger than you who's going to be listening to your song, and whatever you say in your song is what that young person might end up doing. So if it's something positive, it's all good. If it's negative, it's gonna, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Yeah. So that's very important. Okay.
Okay. So Nathan, during our interview before we came on air, I was speaking to you about music and the influence of TV, and I'd just like to read some of the stuff that I'd written down from our interview. It starts, I remember when I was a music artist as a young man, I always dreamed about having my own big gold chain because I used to watch TV and watch these music artists wearing these big gold chains. Looking back at it now, I was influenced in a big way. So tell me, how many young people are influenced by well-known artists, and what are they influenced by? For example, is it the car, clothes, pretty ladies, or is it the words in the songs? Nathan, can you just explain a bit more about, the things we talked about in our interview, the influences of these.
Yeah, that's how I was, you know. I mean, I was young, you know. I was young, and you know, I loved music so much, you know. What was on TV, I used to be watching it, you know. And if my favorite rapper was on TV or my favorite artist was on TV, you know, I would like to end up, you know, I end up dressing like that person. I end up trying to get the same gold chain as that person. In fact, I got the same gold chain as that person. And, you know, I'm just using my own experience as an artist when I was young, you know what I'm saying? And I'm still an artist up to today. But, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to give the experience to the young people out there, you know what I'm saying? That music is a big effect on your life, you know what I'm saying? And it's good to keep it positive. You know what I'm saying? I know that, you know, even the parents should be like, you know, kind of checking their young kids' music in the stereo. Do you know what I'm saying? Because the food what we eat is what we is what we are. Do you know what I'm saying? The music what we listen to is what we will live. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's very important. Definitely.
So you're saying that parents should monitor what their children listen to, but that obviously, realistically, that can only be done up until a certain age. But would you say it's very important that, like, parents monitor this from an early age? Then would you say?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, just don't be all in the kids' face, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to give them some space to grow and to know themselves, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, now and again, just, you know, find out what music they're listening to, you know what I'm saying? Find out who's their favorite artist. It could be a rapper, it could be a pop singer, do you know what I'm saying? And just do your own research. If you don't know nothing about the artist, do your own research so that you know that your son or your daughter is got something positive what they're listening to. And that's important.
Okay. Yeah. Well, Nathan, I'm so glad to have you in the studio today. That was really, really informative, you know, and
yeah, that's fine. Good
to be here. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
If anyone's interested or would like to get in contact with Nathan Brown, his BBM is
catch me on Facebook, Nathan King Brown. That's one. BBM just coming up soon.
New Talent Crowned. BBM is 2A95 C600. That's 2A95 C600. Thank you, everyone, for being with me at Reading for You.